We have now entered that time and that triggering space for many of us that have lived it, where now we're moving into, we went from accidents everywhere we look and turn. That's a hazard. That's a hazard. Wow, that's asking for an accident. And now we're moving into the everything is broken stage. And yeah, everything is broken. I didn't see it about 6 years ago, but everything is broken. We thought it was broken then. How about now? I know I couldn't be any more broken. And I'll tell you, where I left off before the distractions come, everybody trying to get you to focus on everything other than what you need to be focused on. I was in the preparations of sending a thank you letter to Miss Sheila Jackson of Texas. Rest in peace. God bless your soul. Because of the advocacy work that her constituents did throughout, I know, my travels and many other minorities' travels. I'm going to use the word minorities because when we travel, it can be a little bit different. We don't even have to travel. We could just step outside, and some of our experiences are just extremely different. Now, who gives us experiences? Oh, well, when you're first born, it's your family, your parents, and you're so excited, and you're learning, and you're thinking everything's great. Gucci. And then things get real. And right now, they're very real for us. I will tell you, I'm just going to say, my allergies are at an all-time high. My conditions, flares, are at an all-time high. My vitals have been at an all-time low. And I'll tell you, none of the harassment, stalking, violations of your human rights, the blaming, the shaming, the my dog's better than your dog. Some of us aren't even dog lovers anymore. You've just all the goodness is just sucked right out of it. You do have to start calling out the inhumane distractions. And sometimes they come from places that you're just like, I can't understand why you're trying to distract me right now. Like something is more important than what I'm telling you right now. Period. So I do also want to come forward and talk about how many of us are having to report our medical experiences. Some believe that some of us need to go through more. We have to go through it because we keep saying the same things each year. Light bulb. Until you have someone that can step up to bat for those issues, they can step up and address the human rights violations, the constitutional violations. That's what we always used to look for in leaders. Lead by example. Well, when we've done that, what did the example teach us? They will continue to try to silence the ones that truly go through the victimization. So, a lady was going through the same experience I had just in the previous weeks, where her medical transportation dropped her off at her medical appointment and just didn't feel like they had to come back or had to have it already scheduled out. Who's picking her up? They just had to have no accountability or organization. And who did that hurt? Who are they paid to provide safe transportation for? Not themselves. You would think that they're providing the service for themselves the way they talk and act. No one's offended there other than that lady. And no one's in the wrong other than the people that are supposed to figure out how to get it done, period. Now with me, Ghostbusters occurs. There are times stamped, listen. You have to have your mind right. And when they cloud it with minute things, we reach crisis stages. And some can talk about controlling your emotions all they want. How about they start with that? Control yours. Right now, you're out of control because you're out of line. You're trying to control someone else's, but you're too blind to see that's what you're doing. When you no longer have a community that will recognize restraining orders, they will no longer recognize the violations that have already historically been on the books. Houston, we've had that problem. Still have that problem. So going back to the lady in the medical transport, her story made the news. Video news, paper news, and it is newsworthy. Make no mistake, let's be very clear here. If we continue to ignore, where does that get us? Well, some of us are writing a book that's going to be full of things that were ignored and manipulated on purpose. Who's the villain in the story? Who's setting you up? Who's coercing you this year? Who, instead of asking you what's a good time for you, is telling you a good time for them? Who is using the I statements in the reverse opposite way that makes it challenging for you to communicate? No one knows who's doing that. When did we all become vultures, watchers? We just want to watch everybody else. Is that why perversion? I said it, perversion. I heard something go across that was so alarming. When is it okay to have your American citizens naked now, like we're in a third world, where you water hose them, or you're ready to, whatever you're doing, look at everybody. They're not military. There are no notes for this. And this is attempted year after year. Year after year. They're going to make a way to see you naked. They're going to make a way to hear your private thoughts. That is infringement. That is invasions of privacy. And when you call it out at the time of, and then everybody looks for an opportunity for manipulation or to one up on someone, well, when you call that out too, oh, they want you to leave before they want you to address what needs to be addressed. They want to leave before they need to address what needs to be addressed.